years.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Greg's Vintage Workshop, where I'm restoring history one piece at a time. This tonight is just a flap video because I got a new old camera at the recommendation of Doug over at Moslack. He had recommended the Kodak ZE-1 Play-ful, and I went out on eBay and I found a used version that the guy was asking $30 for, and I offered him $22.50 and he took it. And since I live in Illinois and he also lives in Illinois, it only took a day for it to come in. So although I'm not ready to do an introduction video for my part 4 on the Emerson CF255, I figured that I would do a quick flap video to test this camera out and see how it turns out. That way, when I'm ready to use it this weekend to do my part 4, I'll know if it's acceptable or not. So that's what we're doing. We're just going to flap. So I guess my first thought is the camera actually looks good and it works good, appears to work good anyway. I ran a little quickie little demo video myself last night in my office just to see if it actually worked, and it did. So we'll see how this turns out. The first thing I want to kind of bitch about was, you know, my other flapping video I did was because I had received a radio that had been poorly packaged and came all damaged, and then the seller tried to screw me over. But this one, the camera showed up okay, but I'm going to bitch a little bit because this is the way it showed up. The guy had just literally stuck it in the box that he bought it in and put the label on and shipped it to me. Now, it arrived unscathed, but that being said, it had, that's the pocket that the phone sits in. Alright? It wasn't in the pocket. It had flopped around. Now, this cord, this user guide, and everything was below that pocket. This is what he had sitting over the phone like that. And then that was like that, and that was like that. When I opened it up, the phone was not in that pocket, so it flopped around. I guess it arrived okay. But it only had to come about 2 hours away. Had this been like from California and come to me, it probably would have been destroyed, or it would have been stolen. I mean, it's pretty obvious that this is the box, and if somebody wanted it, they just would have never made it, or I would have received an empty box. So folks, when you're shipping stuff, please package it better. This should have been put in a little bit bigger box with a little bit of padding. It would have hidden what it was, and it wouldn't have been damaged. Now, like I said, it came to me not damaged, but it could have been damaged. So anyway, I'll get off that rant, but hey, that's kind of what this video is for. So where we are currently on the Emerson CF255, I'm waiting for, hold on a second, my cats are going to knock my tripod over. Get away from here. Go. Get. Scram. Quit your fighting. Go. They're rolling around on the floor about to hit my tripod, so I had to scream at them. So anyway, where was I? Oh, Emerson CF255. Alright, hold on, I gotta break this up. Sorry about that. So the Emerson CF255, the chassis restoration is pretty much done. I'm just waiting for one tube, and that's the 12B8 GT. I actually ordered new 32L7 GTs. I've got 2 of them here, brand new. They're NOS, new old stock. I haven't put one in it yet. The one that was in it was okay. but when I originally couldn't test it because I didn't have the tube settings. And as I mentioned before, Bob Gibbons got me a new set of tube settings for my Precision 912, so then I can test it. I'd ordered the NOS tubes before I knew that I was going to get that. The 32 tube tests fine. I'm going to go ahead and test these. I haven't done that yet, just to see if they're test any better than the one that I have, and if so, I'll use one of the new ones. But the 12B8 GT was very weak and in the yellow on the pin-toed side. So I'm waiting for that to show up. My cats are back down there fighting on the floor again. So that broke that up. Now I gave them something to do. Now they can play with that pill bottle. So I apologize for the interruptions. That's what happens when you have cats. So anyway, I ordered the 12B8 from Bob DeBush at findatube.com. I think that's his website. And I expect it to be here by this weekend. I ordered it last Friday, I think it was. So I'm hoping I'll have it by this weekend. And once I get those, then I'll go ahead and insert the tubes and hook up my new 7070 signal generator, and we'll induce a 1600 kilocycle signal into the antenna coupled with a capacitor, and get that alignment set on that radio. I'll probably show you guys that process as well. That'll be part of part 4. Now if the tubes don't show up by this weekend, I will go ahead and make part 4, because in part 4 I am taking care of the cabinet, the broken pieces in it, and getting that all together. So one way or another you'll get a part 4 this weekend. It'll either be finishing the radio completely or just the cabinet restoration piece. And there's a little bit of electrical change that I made that's going to be at the very front part of that video. So that's about it, except for my cat knocking the pill bottle around now. That's what you just heard. Tried to clean up my benches a little bit. When I'm between projects, I try to clean it off and keep my work area halfway tolerable. I'm like most of us that do this sort of thing. My benches get pretty messy, so I try and keep it halfway usable during the project, and then I clean it up after the project. But I've got another project that's going to be coming. I purchased, and hopefully it arrives okay, a 1957 Motorola radio. It's a tube radio. It's actually a combination portable or AC set, and I apologize because the model number just eludes me at this point, and my brain's not functioning. Actually, you know what? I think I actually have some data on it right here. I do. I've got data right behind me. See how absent-minded I am? I had data for it and I forgot about it. This is for a... I can't read it. It's too small, unfortunately. Let me get a magnifying glass. This is for a model SP31A, I believe is what that is. It's still so tiny I can barely see it. But it's a 1957 Motorola model SP31A, I think. Pretty sure that's what it is. But it's a unique looking radio. It caught my eye. I'm not usually in the market for radios so much anymore, because I've got a backlog of stuff that I need to work on. But sometimes when I see something that looks unique, I really like unique looking things. That's why my house is pretty much an eclectic collection of antiques, because when I see something I like, I usually get it. And this was unique enough. It's not particularly attractive. I mean, some people might find it attractive. It caught my eye, but it's unique, and so I decided to get it. It's got a tweed covering. It's tweed covering over metal, and there's a big hunk of tweed missing, so I'll have to recover the tweed. But it's unique, and so it'll be an interesting project. Now I don't know if we're going to hit that project next. I still have my 54C, and I know that Larry keeps mentioning it to me, so I do need to get working on that. So I might go ahead and attack the 54C first. But that being said, I'm actually going to be visiting my daughter in North Carolina here in about a week. So I'll be down there for about 2 weeks, and when I come back I'm going to have my granddaughter with me. She's 10, and so I probably won't be doing much working in the shop while we have her with us, and we're going to have her probably 3 or 4 weeks. So once I produce my video this weekend, that'll probably be it for the radio videos. I'll try and do a flap video, maybe while I'm in Greenville, and obviously while she's here I'll probably do a couple of short flap videos, just because I want to give you guys something to watch so you don't forget me. Yeah, so that's what's upcoming. I guess I should keep this short. I don't want to spend, the last video I did, it took 7 hours for it to render on my system, so I don't want to have a super long one here that takes forever to render. So I'm going to go ahead and end the flap here, and I thank you for watching it, and stay tuned for part 4, which will be coming out this weekend. I hope everybody stays safe and healthy, and I hope you have a wonderful upcoming Memorial Day. So from Greg at Greg's Vintage Workshop, thank you for watching me flap. Have a great evening.